So, today we'll be taking a look at this PS2. And the problems with this one is that it's playing games, but it's not playing CDs. Now, CDs isn't maybe the most important thing for a PS2 to do, but it's still nice if it works fully. Other than that, it also has a little problem with the disc tray. It isn't really opening up that well, so we're gonna take a look at that. But before we take it apart, I have two things I want to talk about. Number one is the PS2 I was working on last time, the one with the broken connector. I thought I had a good connector for it that I could replace from another laptop motherboard, but after doing some tests yesterday, I found out that the ribbon cable actually doesn't fit quite well. So it's not a perfect connector to replace on the PS2. So I'm gonna find another solution before I can try to fix that. And it's gonna be a hard fix for me anyway because it's a little component, and yeah, it's gonna be hard. And for the second thing, I've been talking with another creator here on YouTube, Fixit, this guy, and we decided to have a pun off. So the thing with that is that in every episode we're gonna make bad puns to each other. He's gonna do one pun against me, I'm gonna do a pun against him, and we're just gonna reduce the quality of our videos over time with bad puns. So that's gonna be fun. Super cool that he's up for it. And the link to his channel is going to be in the description, so for all you one viewer watching my videos, please go check him out. He makes way better content than me. Anyway, that's it for the updates, and let's get into the PS2. Alright, before we do anything, I'm thinking the easiest thing to test is to clean the lens with isopropyl alcohol, which is this, 99.5%. Should be enough. So I'm gonna take some on my Q-tip. Got a bit on the console itself, but that shouldn't matter. It's dirty anyway, so that can only help. Let's open it up. I want to fix this lid so bad. Let's just rub some on the lens, that should be fine. Get it off, and we should be ready to test. And just one thing I'm noticing here as well, I don't know if you can see it, but this ribbon cable, it's something weird with it because it's not aligned properly, it seems. It's like it's scraping this left side on this plastic, so we'll definitely have to open it up just to see what causes it to behave that way. And also, I mean, we had a modded console before with the PS2 Fat, so maybe this one is modded as well. And worst case, yeah, that should be about it. Let me just get this IPA off. So I'm gonna test the console off camera and we'll see what happens. Great news. Well, depending on how you see it, it almost immediately said cannot read disk. So we're gonna get this thing taken apart and we're gonna see how it looks on the inside and try to fix the potentiometer. So yeah, let's do that. And on the other side, we have these feet, and there's one foot missing here. We gotta take those out and get the screws out. I believe, first of all, I need a bigger screwdriver head. And I believe these screws are all the same size. And if you look right over here, you can see that it's already been opened before. So I wonder what pleasant things await us inside. that's not supposed to come off. Good to know. And is this one or this one? This seems like it had something on it before. And that should be all the screws. I'm just gonna double check this one as well. There can be some, yes, a screw under here as well. So let's take them out. Thought some white residue came off that screw, but that wasn't the case. Alright, now we should be able to lift this piece off. So let's try to do that. Alright, here we go. We have a small battery here, but I don't think that's an issue. Here's the laser assembly. Maybe you see it better now. It's, let me zoom in. This side of the ribbon cable is touching this plastic piece. So we're gonna have to fix that. But I also want to look inside of the whole console and see what's going on. So we have the power button here, and I believe we can just take it out. We can, and of course I didn't show you that. It was right here. There's a little connector here. And let's see. We can get the battery out. Like that. It's quite stuck in there. Let me see if I can use these pliers. And I'm really scarred from the last time I was on the PS2. From the connector that broke on me. I 100% believe it wasn't my fault, but still. Kind of nervous now when I play around with connectors, to be honest. And you know what? The whole connector got out for some reason. But it seems to be just... I'll show you. If you look here, there are a couple of pins, 4 of them, that go in here, so I don't think that should be a problem, and it doesn't look broken, so I mean, damn, but maybe that's fine. I think it is. And I'm not even sure what the battery is used for anyway, so if someone in the comments can let me know, please. And I'll continue destroying this PS2 in the meantime. So we have these connectors here, which I'm obviously not showing again. We Okay, so maybe I should unscrew the laser assembly first. And this screw is really loose. I don't think it has anything to go into. So something's either blocking that screw or someone screwed it in too tight. This is coming out well, so is this. They're a bit tight, but I think that's fine. Alright, so let's see what's under here. So there's this connector and these connections here. I'm gonna try to get them out first. How can I do this the best way? This is really stuck in there. This might be a problem. Oh, no, okay, it got out. Great. So this is stuck like this. This screw is still sticking. I'm taking it out because it's making it. Okay. So now I have better access to this connector. And I'm gonna take it out. We're out. I mean, we could just get this one out instead. And it's my favorite type of connector. The ones that tend to break on me. So let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Should be open now. I can take it out. There we go. And the whole laser assembly is out. Screw fell out there, but it's fine. One here and one here. Let's just get those into place. Alright, we're a bit more lucky with this one because if you can see, hopefully, there is some text indicating, and it's obviously not showing. Let me see, can I start my... I can't start the flashlight now. Alright. There, you can see it there. I'm just gonna take something to point with. So here we have a text saying CD, and down here it's a DVD text. So this should be the potentiometer for the DVD and this one for the CD. But I'm not going to play around with that because I want to see what else this PS2 is hiding. So let's check that out. And also a quick note regarding the lid. This is the spring that opens up the lid. And when it's upside down it's fine, but I think it's not really tight enough. I'm not sure if that's the original spring or not, but if I can't find a decent spring for it or somehow fix it, because it doesn't look like it's 100% tightening in. So if I can't find another spring for it, I don't know what to do about that, but I mean, it's not the biggest issue. So to get further in, we have this screw. We have a couple of screws around the fan, which we can take off. Also this sticker. You can probably get that off easily too. Let's start there. Because on this side, there's another connector that I'm super eager to destroy as well. I'm obviously being ironic, but knowing me, I probably will do that. Let's do like okay, that one's fine. At least it's something. These screws have this blue paint on. I don't know if that's from the factory or someone has marked them for me, but that's quite helpful. This should lift right off now, which it does. And the fan itself isn't too dirty and may have been cleaned before. This PS2 was like never used. That looks way better. Now let's take this screw out. And it's the same size as the screws for the fan, but unmarked, so that's going to help a bit. And it feels like there's something else holding down the console in the chassis. Alright, yeah. We have a screw right here as well. So I'm going to take that out, obviously. And that's in pretty tight as well. It doesn't seem to fit with any of the other screws. So I'm going to put it here. I'm wondering if I missed something. Let's see. This was nothing. These are screw under here. Not that I'm feeling. Nothing there as well. Okay, here's a screw as well. And that was really in there as well. But I'm not sure that's going to be the issue. Let's see. This side really doesn't want to come off. Like there's a post under here, but it doesn't seem to go down here. Okay, it's coming out, unless I broke something. No. Did I? No. Alright. Strange. If you check on this side, you have this plastic piece right here, and you have it in here as well, and that one broke off. Okay. I massacred it. It broke like this. And let me see. Should have been like that. But no, it's this one. And there was no screw here. Maybe it was just screwed in too tightly, and I guess the plastic got inside of here. Alright, but let's take the bottom off now. This one is really tight in there as well. I'm not sure if that's factory or just that someone else has been in this, because, I mean, why else would you open it up? And that should be the metal shield, so it should come right off and not be connected to anything else. And looks pretty clean down here. Just checking all the components. I can't really see anything other wrong with this board. It looks super clean. This flux seems to be factory. There's a weird spot on this component. Some kind of discoloration, but that might be just factory stuff as well. Yeah, it looks immaculate. So let's check the other side. I think all the screws are okay here as well. Well, first off, I gotta take this connector off. I will be gentle, don't worry. Not even my bird has faith in me. Okay, this was stupid to use. I mean, this feels super tight. I'm looking here. I'm not sure if there's... I'm not sure if these are signs of the old glue. But wait a minute. First of all, this doesn't look super straight. So I think somebody changed that out. And isn't this supposed to go here? It is, isn't it? So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this off gently and reapply it back in the correct position. So we can get it back. So I think this is the correct way. And now this should come off way easier, hopefully. Wait. Shouldn't this come up first? Yes, it should. That's why I had some trouble. I almost broke this connector. These are these tabs up here that you need to lift. Let me show you closer. So here's the connector, and this black tab is supposed to go up and down. Okay, so it's fine. So I think the sliding of the whole laser assembly will be fine. This is a little bit bent from sitting in the wrong place, but I think this cable is fine. And actually, I might even have a replacement one just in case. So, alright, let me check the rest of the shielding. That Seems to be fine, nothing is stuck. And we are free. And for the rest of the board, it all looks fine and dandy. There seems to be a thermal pad here that's missing on this one, and I can't see one, but maybe that's fine as well. Other than that, everything seems to be looking fine. Alright, so we had a nice quick look on the board. Let's reassemble it, get to the laser assembly, fix that, and hopefully we'll have a better working PS2. So, let's screw it together. So that's one. There's a post here as well. So we're gonna screw that one in. No, it's tight, but not tight enough. I mean, not too tight. This one has a post as well. We got it. And where's the last one? I'm not really sure which one is which now. We have one here, right? So I think it's this one. We'll see when we try to get it back together. While we're here, let's get this one back as well. That went horribly bad. There we go. It's in. The bottom looks absolutely fine. A teeny tiny bit of dust, but I mean, that should be okay. So we're gonna put that back on. And I think that's the wrong way because the ports needs to go in first. And that should be fine. Alright, battery. Let's get that back as well. Push it down. And I think that's making a good connection actually. We have the fan, which should sit here. So that is in. Now let's take a look at this laser assembly. So as we said, it's marked that this one is the CD. So if it's not, I'm gonna be super angry. Let's put it here. So it's still this one, right? I'm gonna get my multimeter and we're gonna check what values it has. But before we do that, as I said in the beginning of this video, me and Fixit are gonna have a pun off, and we're gonna, well, it's not just gonna be puns, bad jokes in general will be acceptable as well. Me myself, I like puns a bit more, so for my first pun for Aid, it's gonna be, if Aid thinks he has a chance on beating me in the pun off, he's gonna need some aid. That was super bad, I know. Anyway, let's get back to the multimeter. So, after that embarrassment, the multimeter is in ohms mode, and I'm gonna try to get everything into frame. So let's have this one here, this here, and this time the light from the ring light isn't obscuring the display. So this is the CD. So from here to here we have 600 ohms, and on the DVD, just to make sure, we have 1061. So if I'm not mistaken, the DVD drive on the PS2 Slim should be about 1000 to 1200 ohms, while I said DVD drive, right? While this CD drive, I think it should be somewhere around 800. So I'm gonna increase it a bit, and we're gonna see if this CD works. And if not, I'm gonna decrease it, and hopefully I'm not gonna destroy the connector again. Hopefully. We'll see. So I'm gonna adjust this with just a screwdriver, just a teeny tiny bit. I'm doing it counterclockwise. Let's see what values we get now. Still around 600, so I don't think I did it quite right. It's still the same. I think I need a bigger screwdriver piece, or maybe a smaller. Should have turned now. Let's see. Is it going up or down counterclockwise? It's going up. I'm thinking, let's try, what was it, almost 800, 700, and 94. Let's try 794, see if that helps. And if not, I'm gonna adjust it off camera, and hopefully this one will survive. We'll see. Alright, let's do the most annoying part first, which is the underside. Now making sure not to touch the lens. Now this part is open. This ribbon cable is actually quite mangled, so it's going to be a bit annoying to get in, I think, but it should still work just fine. Okay, I'm not getting into the connection. Go. we have this connection, and that's in. And we have this one as well. There it is. Like something is stuck. Alright, maybe it was because I put a screw there that shouldn't be there. But I'm gonna fix that later. So now we put the lid back on. But first let's check just to see. Look, that's super great. So I think somebody was messing about in here and changed out this ribbon cable, because now it's actually sliding way better. It's not getting stuck on anything, and I think that's how it's supposed to be. It's alright. Can we just put this back on? Well, we can't, because I forgot one teeny tiny little thing. And it's the power button. Also, on the power button itself, you have this little push button that needs to be pressed in for the assembly to start spinning, and knowing that there's a disc in. Other than that, while we're at it, there's a button here as well that needs to be pushed in, and it gets pushed in by the top lid. So if your top lid is a bit flimsy and doesn't push down here, you can just remove this button, put a solder blob here, or use some wires to bridge the connections, and it's gonna think that the lid is always pushing it down. Because some PlayStations, after time, their lids don't get pushed in properly, and that can be really annoying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the correct position, which is here. We're gonna connect this ribbon cable to the connection. I think that's in correctly. We're gonna put the lid back on. And it's on. Now all I need to do is to test it. So I did some testing, and something interesting happened. I have power plugged in now, and I'm gonna show you what happens and why I think that's happening. So I'm gonna pretend to be the lid as well and push down here and on the power button. So I'm starting it, pushing it down, and as you can hear and see, it's starting to make a bunch of noise. And what I think is happening, just unplugging it, is that the console, or I mean the ribbon cable here, I don't know if it sits 100, no it doesn't, look. So it just came out, and basically what's going on is that it's not giving back a signal that I have reached the end of this rail. So since it doesn't know it has reached the end, it's trying to go forward, but obviously physically it can't. So I'm gonna replug this in the correct way and then hope that it's working. After thinking about it for a while, I decided to put the PS2 fully back together. It's like the law, almost. So if this doesn't work, I'll have to screw it. I'll have to disassemble it again. So hopefully it will work. So the TV is on. Let's put in a audio CD, because that was the issue. Controller just in case. Alright, that's in. Let's put in a memory card. Just have more to do if this doesn't work. And let's see what happens. So it's turning on, that's good. Getting the controller. And let's see. Well, that sucked. Alright. I think I'll have to take it apart again and adjust the potentiometer. Awesome. So here's test number 2. I've put them all back together once again, and I did a bit of a risky maneuver by adjusting the potentiometer from 800 to 420 ohms, and I think that's because the laser needs a little bit more juice, because it's instantly not recognizing a CD at all. So let's see if I'm right. So now at least it's trying to read the disc, but no. Damn it. Attempt number 3. So, I've been at it for a couple of, I think, hours now. Kind of lost track of time. So, I tried many different values. I went down to 400, and then I went up to 1250 something ohms. Went down 50 ohms each test, down to 300 I think it was, and still the audio CD didn't work. So I think the disc assembly needs replacement. There's really nothing I can do if I go below that 300 mark. The diode is going to be destroyed real quick anyway, so it's best to just swap it out. But that's for another video. Yeah, so that was the attempted repair. Didn't go quite as I planned, but anyway, it was fun. The PS2 still works great. It plays DVD games just fine, but it's audio DVDs, so I consider it like defective still. But yeah, that's how it is. So to round this things up, next video we'll see what I'll do. Aid, the ball is in your corner, and also Dwayne, don't think I forgot about you. You're next on my hit list. See ya.